What is your name and current occupation? My name is Jack. I'm currently a student studying for a diploma in ministry, but also on the side, I'm a waiter at a restaurant just around the corner. What year did you start and graduate at MCC? So I started in 2018 for year 7 and went all the way through to year 12 and graduated in 2023. How has MCC helped shape your life/career? MCC was it was very significant for me. As a secondary school, I absolutely loved it here. And grew up as a Christian, and MCC, having those core Christian values, actually really helped stimulate my growth in those spaces. Yes, academically, and that was amazing. But especially the foundations of my faith. So growing as a Christian and seeing the people around me that were not as confident in their faith and actually allowing me to grow in that space. And especially with all the teachers and the staff who did have a faith, being able to talk with them and have these conversations about faith was really significant for me. Additionally, here at MCC, I've made friendships and gotten to know quite a few people that I'm still in contact with today that have really been helpful, especially going to uni, but making some really good friends. What brought you to MCC? Well, firstly, my mum, every day for 6 years. But seriously, it was important for us as a family to go to a school or a secondary school that would stimulate and provide a safe space to grow in the Christian values that were so central to our life as a family. I got 3 younger sisters, and so looking for secondary school wasn't as much, hey, just looking for where should I go that would help me grow, but even for my siblings. And so we came to MCC with the expectation that, hey, it's a Christian college, and even from the orientations, like people were so friendly and very clear in what they were teaching, and the straightforwardness of the course content, and even just hearing testimonies of previous students who'd come in helped us to see that here at MCC it really is, it's the real deal. It's not, it's like Christianity isn't just a concept that people agree with or do not agree with, but it's, hey, each and every one of these staff, teachers, and some students actually have this active faith, which was something that we highly valued as a family. So I'd say that brought us to MCC. How have you seen MCC change over the years? As a student, we see the school change probably the most after we've left, because we've been away from it for a period of time. But as a student, probably the relationship dynamics, like you grow up with people in year 7, you get to know people, friendships are formed, friendships deformed after a few years. And it's been really interesting to see how those relationships changed and have, for some, solidified, like after year 12. As a school, I feel like as I've gotten older, I've been able to, we've seen better relationships between students and teachers, which I think is really good. Not that it was bad, like in year 7, but like as students, as we mature, we're able to, I guess, have, this almost student-teacher dynamic where it's not like a massive power difference. It's like the teachers are there with us as students, which I think is really cool. And I feel like that's something that you see going from year 7 to 12 anyway. But I'm just so glad that MCC was like so open in that space. Like teachers were approachable, easy to ask questions about things, and were willing to support the students. Like the teachers weren't just coming in to teach and then go home kind of thing, but they were willing to actually support the students, and where some needed more help, that was provided, which I think was really cool. Can you share a funny story with your time here at MCC? Well, I got quite a few from year 11 and 12 during chemistry and physics classes. They were amazing times. Like something that I feel like is a little bit underrated is like having joy in the classroom. It actually allows us to understand the concepts. If you've got like these hour-long periods of thinking, yes, we break up like with recess and lunch, but if you're like, something that our teacher did really well is breaking it up with small like 2-minute games. And there was this one time in that chemistry class where we were doing a practical experiment, burning teddy bear biscuits, all right? And that was really fun to try and figure out what was the energy content of the teddy bears. Anyway, besides the point, the funny part is 2 of the students may or may not have been using the lighter in a not very safe way. And one of the students may or may not have lit the other student's hair on fire for a very small amount of time, which was pretty funny. But besides that, the whole class, the whole year was just full of joy in those classrooms, and allowed us to achieve higher grades, like because we enjoyed learning what we were learning. Yeah. What message would you like to share with MCC as it celebrates its 40th anniversary? First of all, thank you. Thank you for being a light and for not compromising on the Christian values that you know to be true. Thank you. And if anything, keep going. Continue to stand for what you know to be true. And something else is that I really feel that a hunger to know the truth is going to rise in these students, and to know the truth about who God is, but even more than that, truth about who they are as students, who they are as people.